Hey, what's up? Scavenger Reviews here, and today we are looking at Godzilla Raids Again. Yeah. So I watched it out of this set. This is the Godzilla Criterion collection of the Showa era films, and I have not seen Godzilla Raids Again before, so it was a pretty new experience. I've now seen it twice, and I gotta say, I really liked it. So something that I wasn't really expecting was to like these as much as I did, as much as I am liking them. I thought I would, like a couple here and there and maybe think this one's alright, that one's alright, but so far, I've been really liking them. So spoilers a little bit of my personal journey. I'm much further past, Godzilla Raids Again. I'm all the way up to King Kong versus Godzilla, and I'm including everything else. So I've got Gojira, Godzilla Raids Again, uh, hold on. It's then Rodan, then the Mysterians, then Varan the Incredible, and then Mothra, and then King Kong vs. Godzilla. And then next I'm launching Atragon. So I'm being inclusive here, Um, as everyone should be. Everyone should be inclusive, because inclusivity is nice. But like I was saying, I expected to like a couple of them, but no, so far they've all been bangers. Varen was a little so-so, but we'll get to that when we get to it. No spoilers, no spoilers. But no, I love it. I like my boy Anguirus. Anguirus is my favorite. I love him. He's goofy, he's silly, and on Godzilla Unleashed on the PS2, which is a good game, he was the only one without a beam attack, and instead of like a beam, he just roared, and he does that roar just. I love it. I love it. It's the dumbest roar, just. And I also have been playing the Godzilla PS4 game, which is not a very good game, but I like that they got the head mannerisms of him doing this. You know, that little thing he does. I love him. I love him. He's great. I can't wait to see more of him. I know he's one of the ones that kind of shows up quite a bit, here and there. I know he's at least in Godzilla vs. Gigan, and then he's also in Final Wars. He's also in Giant Monsters All Out Attack, I think. I'll be seeing him, a little bit here. And I like, not Gigan. Well, I do like Gigan. I like Anguirus. He's very fun. He's very cool. This one's still in black and white, so that's kind of interesting. No diff about that. And holy cow, Godzilla and Anguirus are scrapping. They're talking about how like, oh, they're both these giant predators and are gonna be battling for dominance. They battle for dominance. They are scrapping directly. Anguirus walked up into Godzilla's house, drank his beer, and was not expecting to be scrapping directly. Well, rather, holy cow though. Like they are like, Godzilla's like throwing haymakers like Anguirus said something about his mama. You know what I mean? It is crazy. Like just look up on YouTube, or watch the movie. Like you should watch the movie. Every time I do a review, it's in the hopes that you watch the movie, or sometimes I don't do too many negative reviews, but all I'm saying is it's really good. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. Uh that being said, yeah, it's really good and it has a very good subplot. I like the humans. So the humans in these movies are usually kind of just there. The exceptions being Gojira 1954, Godzilla Raids Again I really liked. Rodan was kind of like so, like it had good humans, but then the second Rodan showed up, it was just kind of like, bird time, and they just dropped every human plot. The Mysterians, I liked the humans. I thought they were interesting, and I liked that, but I'll get to that. And then Varen, the humans were incredibly forgettable. King Kong versus Godzilla, the humans are just kind of there, to be honest. I do like the director, but I'll get to that as well. And then, just fast forwarding, I'll just say the only ones I do like. After that, the only human casts I really care for are is the one from Godzilla minus one, because like that is a good movie in itself. Like take Godzilla out of Godzilla minus one, that's still a good movie. Like holy cow, dude. That is just like chef's kiss, peak cinema, peak cinema. No, so don't mean to flash it. Sorry, peak cinema. You know, but yeah. Anyways, but Godzilla Raids Again, though, I really liked it. I really liked the action. I really liked the story. This, like I said, this one, the human cast is still very interesting. I like the whole, the pilot, and he's called the, not the bride, the groom, and stuff like that. And, like, he falls for this girl, and then it's not revealed to the end. And I really liked it. All of it was very good. The ending's a little slack. I mean, it's a good ending, but it's a lot of a good ending. It just kind of goes and goes and goes. I mean, we watch Godzilla get buried in the snow for like 3, 4, 5 even minutes. I don't know exactly how long. I could be exaggerating. I don't know, but it's like 5 whole minutes or something like that we watch Godzilla get buried in the snow. And I mean, on the one hand, that makes it so it's absolutely clear that he's in fact buried in the snow, and you're not going to have people, back in the day who were like, that's unrealistic. He just climbed right back out. No, he got buried with a lot of snow. We saw it, dude. So, I mean, maybe that was the intention there. But no, we just watch it for a very long time. Which, is fine. It's fine. It just kind of gets to, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's good. I like this. I like what's happening. It's just, it's still happening. But no, this is another movie I would really recommend. I think it holds up just as much as the original. And the human cast is just as interesting as the original. Maybe not like as compelling, per se, but like still very much a good movie. A very good movie, actually. I definitely will add it to my list of I like yous, and maybe like rewatches and stuff like that, and if I could show friends, you know. But yeah, there's not really any spoilers to talk about. I mean, oh, there is one big spoiler. So, if you care about spoilers for a movie that came out like 70 years ago, well, I don't know. I'm just now getting around to them. I shouldn't talk like that. But if you care about spoilers, just fast forward the next I'll say 20 seconds. I'll make sure to talk about it for at least less than 20 seconds, give or take. Anyways, though, 3, 2, 1, Anguirus dies. Like, holy cow, dude. Like, I was talking about Godzilla and Anguirus scrapping directly, and he scraps directly and fucking kills him. He lights his body on fire, and Anguirus is presumably out of the film. And he's gonna come back somehow. Anyways, 20 seconds is up. You should be good if you actually did fast forward 20 seconds. So, yeah. That's really all there is to it, though. Yeah. It's a very straightforward film, but that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. A simple, straightforward film is not a bad film. Not every film has to have, layers upon layers upon layers of, plot and blah, 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 and whatevers and whatnots. Unfortunately, I don't have any action figures. I wish I had like an action figure of Anguirus, especially because I love him so much. And I wish I had the specific, Godzilla action figure. I have a ton of Godzillas, but anyways, what I'm getting at though is I need some more stuff. Give me some more stuff, especially now that I know it's not just favoritism. Because Anguirus was always like one of my favorites to use on like Godzilla Unleashed, and now that I know I'm not just biased, that hey, this is actually just really good on its own. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, though, I've been Scavenger Reviews, you guys. I will catch you guys on the next one. Next, we are talking about the Mysterians. So, yeah, that's right? No, well, Rodan is next. Sorry. Next, we are talking about Rodan. Anyways, my bad. I've been Scavenger Reviews. Catch me on the next one. I already said all of that. Like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTuber stuff, and hype me up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, yeah, and have a good one.